Leadership is about the conditions that shape how people respond under pressure. And this is important. And I'll lay that out in 2 steps today. So, executive leadership, one to many. As organizations grow, leadership stops being primarily about personal effort and starts becoming more about organizational conditions. Early in a company's life, results are driven by direct involvement. The founder is everywhere. Decisions are centralized. But as complexity increases, outcomes depend less on what the leader personally does and more on how the organization itself responds to uncertainty and change. And this is why many people will say that the owner or CEO who says that they can't influence or don't or are not responsible for culture, they say that's incorrect. When I look at executive leadership one to many, that shift creates 3 distinct leadership domains. The first is leading one-to-one, as I just covered, and this is the frontline leadership environment where managers work directly with individuals to stabilize performance, guide development, and help people regulate themselves under pressure. The second domain is leading one to many. Now, this is executive leadership, the role of shaping the environment, setting the climate that determines how thousands of individual decisions unfold across the organization. And the third domain is development architecture, leadership development architecture, as well as employee development, how people are trained, how they're onboarded. And this is very important because it sets the tone and the stage, how they grow over time. Because if development is inconsistent, leaders spend their time correcting problems that could have been prevented months or years earlier. The reality is that organizations often focus heavily on strategy and execution. It makes sense, that's where the money is. But strategy and execution occur after something more fundamental has already happened. People have interpreted the situation, their nervous system has reacted, their habits have activated, and only then do behaviors appear. Which means that if we want sustained performance, leadership must operate upstream of behavior. And that's where dynamic leadership lives. Not only helping leaders respond to problems, but helping them shape the conditions where better responses emerge naturally. So I want to illustrate what I mean by rapid recovery.